how good I look. I am in my living room. I've got my ring light popping. I've used some of my makeup from my very small makeup palette. I call this look Rose. Dramatic pause. That's the title. Rose. Dramatic pause. That all goes. It's officially been, what, 2 weeks? A week? More than enough time since the fall finales of my big three. See what I've done there? Which is This Is Us, Grey's Anatomy, and How to Get Away with Murder. And I just gotta talk about it because all three of them like shook to the core. And okay, I'm starting with This Is Us. So, what? Here's just my assumption, and I think a lot of people are assuming. So, right, I'll talk about the whole episode, but I guess I'm gonna start from the back and go forward. Because it don't matter what This Is Us, the show's all over the place. But I am assuming, so now we're at their 40th birthday, and they mentioned that it's 9 months later, which is interesting. When I was in high school, I took theater classes, and there was always like this like rule of like, if you see a gun in the frame of a play, like if a gun is on stage in a play, the gun's gonna be used. And like, that's literal, but also like a metaphor for this idea of like the fact that Randall said, we turned 40 in nine months. It was purposeful. We needed to have that context because else we would have seen the 40th birthday and not really have known how far. So my assumption is Rebecca, in the ending of that episode, in current time, This Is Us, told Randall, I went to the movie, but I was halfway through the film before I realized that I didn't know what was going on. I think I need to go to a doctor. And we all know Randall, I got theories, man. So one, his whole thing is, okay, when I brought this up to mom last time, she got really upset with me, and like, I just don't want that anymore. So he's like, okay, she said this thing, maybe he's waiting for her to bring it up again. I don't know, but like, there's just something so interesting about Rebecca telling Randall that she needs help. The fact that Randall had already talked to her about like going to see someone, and now fast forward, they not talking to Randall. Okay, so it's like the first like thing of like the thing. But even thinking about that scene, I be on Reddit. I like Reddit a lot, and Reddit was talking about the fact that, and I didn't even catch it, that I did catch that Toby wasn't there, but I did not catch that Kate. Oh my goodness, am I like saying people's names wrong? Right, about to say, I know my shit. But confirming that she didn't have on a ring and that she had signed her last name as Pearson when Rebecca was getting dropped off by the cops. But you know, maybe she never like changed her last name. I don't know if we've ever like discussed the fact that you know, she was no longer a Pearson. And knowing Kate, she probably want to be a Pearson, like to honor her dad. So I don't know, that was an interesting thing. But okay, so like so then let's just talk about Beth, and like Beth this season, Beth last season, and just like what's going on with her character. That moment in which Kate and Beth share this their evil thought. And Beth is basically like feeling like, well, Frank, what role do I play in Deja's life if she already has a mom? And then just to see like that transition into, you know, Deja feeling sad that her mom is doing so well. And Kate or Beth is just like such a good mom, because like in that moment she's like, tell me about that video. That's so like she's sad. She's questioning her role in this young woman's life, and here is this time where the young girl is like questioning her actual mom, and now like Beth could feel a way like, oh yes, finally my time, but instead she like big ups the memories that they have to like support her mom. So good. Also, I really like what's going on with Tessa, because it's so interesting. I don't remember exactly, but in the flashback, we definitely learned that she is a lesbian. Because I want to say, which is so crazy, and this is last season's flashbacks, and I saw that on Reddit too. Like I think this was like on episode 7 when we first started hearing or like questioning Rebecca's dementia. Like someone on Reddit had reminded me, like, yeah, we've seen flashbacks of this already. We've seen Rebecca like sick in someone's house. I want to say in Kevin's house. Dang, and in that he had a baby. Kevin had a son. This is so crazy, right? Because also Kev in the final scene of the fall finale says that his fiancés have been having morning sickness, so we should assume that he is soon to be married and having a child soon. It is just so much like that was all last season stuff, so this shit, it just all culminates. But it's just so many interesting things, because like what did Randall do? Because if it's about like Rebecca's declining health, what's up with Miguel? Because Miguel knows too, or like, right, him and Randall had a conversation, so that's the thing. So right, Tess being able to express that she has a crush on Zendaya, like that's beautiful. And I saw this article the other day, and right, it's like on the internet, so who the fuck trusts it? But it was saying most kids these days identify as, or majority of youth these days identify as queer. So like, I'm sure that storyline is like really encouraging to like some young person, because I think Tessa is 13, 14, 15, I don't know, 12. I have no clue how old Tessa is supposed to be in this show. You know, black don't crack, so I don't know how old she is. But she is finding her way, and that is like super beautiful. Interesting, right? We didn't see Malik in the season finale. Nope, we did not see Malik. But let's just, like, I mean, everyone talked about it already. The scene with Malik's parents and Beth and Randall was probably my favorite thing on TV this year. I definitely watched that scene like 4 times, because it was just beautiful. It was like, you can see him as all these bad things, but what you're gonna do is see him. And I stand Mr. Omar Epps. So, okay, we did not see Malik this episode, but right, okay, so that whole thing with Deja and her mom, cute story, mean old lady being mean to them about like not having a quote-unquote proper Thanksgiving, and, you know, said that her mom wasn't raising her right, and her mom taught her the Cupid Shuffle. Like, that's a cute storyline. You know, that's real cute. What else happened on the season finale? Yeah, I don't know, like, what's up with Toby and Kate? Like, he's upset about the avocado gate. And that's so interesting. And they showed a flashback of I don't know if it was this episode, last episode, but they showed a flashback of like when they first met, and she was saying she didn't want to date another fat person, and I was like, I didn't know if that was like actually something we've seen before, or like did they like write that in. I'm interested in like how some of their flashback work. Do we have to see everything? I'm sorry, I'm just like really standing. Okay, Toby and Kate, Rebecca. Yeah, that was that is it. I love the way this show is written, because okay, so I watched this episode I think twice, but even so, when I watched it the first time, when I got to the end, I hit rewind because I was like, I don't get how they were able to so flawlessly transition from Rebecca leaving Randall's house to the scene with her being lost in the cops, because I was like, Like, how did they do that? Because I was like, the clothes had to be inaccurate or something. But guess what? The This Is Us writing room is doing what needs to be done. So if you go back and check out that, she was in her robe and pajamas when she's talking to Randall. When she's like, oh, I'm gonna go. She's like, I'm leaving, whatever, because she's upset. Because I don't know, was he trying to bring it up or just trying to apologize? But whenever she left, she was in her robe and pajamas. I didn't catch that the first time. So that's how it was. So the transition is able to happen from her being there to 40-year-old birthday party, because dang, and I gotta, now I'm questioning, because okay, if I'm being correct, what happened was she leaves and then we see her immediately looking at the man who looks like William. So that instantly means we're on the day of the 40th birthday party, correct? But if I'm correct, we saw her come back home. We didn't. That's literally like the last of it. I gotta go watch it now. Okay, so this is what I think, and I'm assuming with my new mind because I'm way too into this. But okay, so she had on pajamas. So right, we don't know what she has on. Then immediately we see her with William, and we're transitioned into like the new. We only see her in that role again until she comes home. And I'm wondering, did she have on a different outfit? But that's not what happened. I think we see her with William. We see her get displaced at the grocery store. We see her go to the restaurant. And then we see her get delivered home by the cops. And then we see her at Randall's. I don't know, but the point is, she had on similar clothes or something. The transition was just so flawless. Like, it wasn't like, I was like, they bamboozled us, like they're tricking us, because there's no way like she came, like whatever she was wearing at the house is not what she had on at the 40-year-old party. So how did they try it? Because the trend, like, right, we had no clue what was going on, right? If I'm not mistaken, people, didn't we all assume that when we were seeing her see William, that was the day that she left on Thanksgiving? I had not assumed that was 9 months later. So I had kept trying to understand how they had done this to me. I care too much. I care really deeply. I do look into the details of shows like this. Reddit is fun. People, get on Reddit. Literally, you just like go to reddit.com, you type in whatever you want to type in. This is us. You can type in specifically a question. Where did Beth and Randall go to school? They'll just give you answers, tell you stuff. Okay, so right. So Rebecca and Miguel, Beth and Randall, are they good? I feel like they're in a good spot. I feel like we haven't, like, Beth opened up her dance studio and it was smelly, but we haven't heard much about it since then. Am I tripping? Does she be at work? Is that still a thing? I don't know much about what's going on with the dance studio. I can't think right now. Randall, who else? I think that is everyone. That was the finale. I think the biggest thing is like, why did I talk to Randall? And why we gotta wait so long? When does it return? Let's see. This Is Us return date. And why do they do this? Oh, okay, they do it because like now it's the holidays. What are they talking about? I know this ain't right. Oh, they're talking about when did it start? Because I was about to say September 24th. Who gonna wait that long to see why they mad at Randall? This Is Us return date after fall. When? They play with me. Y'all! New Epi's on my birthday! Oh, that's so sweet! I can't wait. I feel so special right now. I I didn't know that, y'all. This is not staged. I am happy. That makes me really happy. Oh, so new episodes return on January 14th, and we are gonna find out, probably not that episode, but we're gonna get some more about what's going on. Are Deja and Malik gonna get together, stay together? Is Tess gonna like bring a home girl for Christmas or kiss a girl? Is Randall gonna make some change? What's up with Beth's studio? We gonna see some more Felicia Rashad as Beth's mom. What's up with Deja and her mom? Are they gonna like be able to still have a great relationship? Like, what's up with Kate and Toby? There's just so much to know. Who is Kevin's fiance? What's he gonna name the baby? Although we know if we look at old episodes, I hope everyone remembers the episode I'm talking about when Tess was grown and they made it seem like Beth and Randall were getting divorced. It was in that time when they were struggling, but really the thing was that they're going to go see Rebecca. Okay, I have to move on because I could talk about This Is Us forever because this is their 4th season. And I've been here since day one. I don't remember why I even watched This Is Us. I just remember the advertisement was everywhere and I was just like, what is this? And I literally tuned in day one and remember we like are seeing like Rebecca and Jack, but like we don't know that it's like not present time. Oh wow, it just I've been sold since day one. I also found the poet Randall Dudley or Dudley Randall Dudley, whatever. Remember Williams named after a poet. That's a real poet and he has really good poems. I like literally googled him after the episode, and yes, he is a very great poet. So This Is Us is my show, y'all. Like out of my faves, like for real, I mean, like, right, TV like is extensive and like we talk about favorite TV shows. It's like Girlfriends because I've seen that so many times. Bernie Mac so many times. Like I can watch those over and over. But I'm talking about like current contemporary things that like are like new and some like I have a real rule. Like I watch a lot of TV and I do a lot of passive watching. So like I'm on Twitter or I'm like talking to friends and text message or a groupie, but literally when I watch This Is Us, I turn my phone upside down and I put it away from me. Like it's important because This Is Us is one of those shows that you like need to be watching because it's gonna be a flashback, then gonna be a flash forward, and you need to know what's going on. Okay. And here I am. I really was like, I don't know how I'm going to do a review of the show. I don't have any notes. I watch this. I does this. I am the TV. Okay. So number 2. In no particular order, cause you know, I love TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. So I like Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder just the same. Schmurder, as Kid Fury calls it, or someone of the Super Friends. I can't remember which one. I think it's Kid Fury though. On Schmurder, Annalise as has fled the city. And that's why, so that's the crazy thing about these shows, because now we are to assume like, oh, because the way the episode was written, she does that whole Cinderella and the dwarves thing, and ha ha ha, she killed herself or she faked her own death. So now, and then we see Annalise get in this car. Now we assume that when we kept seeing these funeral montages that they're fake. But like this show is so crazy that shit don't mean that. Like we still coming back with a new season in 2020, and Annalise ass might very well die. And right now I want to rewatch because when Michaela and oh my goodness, what's Connor? So when Michaela and Connor first start getting interrogated, when Michaela and Connor first started getting interrogated, we were led to believe that it was about Annalise's death, and I would need to know if that's the assumption because we had been seeing the funeral montages or because they said something about Annalise in those proceedings. But also, like, did that happen the night of graduation, because they have the cap and gowns on? So So right, I am not one to sit and believe that just because we saw Annalise get in the car, that she faked her death in this whole like funeral thing. But I'm not sure, because I guess in those montages they haven't like showed a body in a casket. So I don't know. But right. And then Asher is dead? Like, they're just, and then right, we there's so many questions. Asher did, I don't know. It just came to me because we saw the little chimney thing that Annalise had at her house. But also, did they have the chimney? Because what did Oliver hit him in the head with? Was that a chimney thing too? It's so confusing. I'm only saying that because, right, we see the montage of the chimney and the blood splattering. Then all of a sudden, Asher is dead. But in this moment, you know, a conclusion, a possible hypothesis is that Connor went to Annalise for some reason. I don't know, kind of to be like, I told, we should go together, like I can get us a deal, like trust me, I've already done too much, you just gotta do it. And my assumption is in this, I don't know, Annalise killed him and then that's why she's running away. But she had already been talking to somebody. And is that her like new boyfriend? Like you hear the accent, like is that the show? It's just so much. It's just so much. Like, and poor Michaela, like she's just ready to graduate, and then all this. But even that, so like when you really think about How to Get Away with Murder, it's just such an interesting show about the fact that like, yeah, like they murdered and covered up the death of Sam Keating, though right, a complete mistake. Like, you know, he was, did Michaela push him off the balcony? Like he was being aggressive to the white girl who Wes used to love. Wes is alive? Like what is going on? What is going on this show? What is going on? What is going on in this show? Like Wes is alive, but right, Michaela like what, accidentally pushed him, like was trying to like get him off her back, was trying to get him off of her, pushed him, like something like that. So it wasn't like they're like malicious and whatever, but like right, then they had to do what they had to do to get rid of the body. So it's such a interesting show that they like, you think about A Telltale Heart, like they really live like not a super normal life because they got a lot going on, but like they're about to graduate law school and they really, you know, saw a dead body and got rid of it and never told the cops about it. That's some deep stuff. But yeah, I get fall finales. I get that like we want to, you know, make sure that everyone can be engaged with their family. Right, because imagine if Thank God It's Thursday was on Thanksgiving. Certainly I would be seeing what the fuck's going on Shmurda. So yeah, I think right, that's interesting. They took shrooms, they tripped. Asher tells them what happens. Oliver hits him in the head. He goes to Bonnie. Right, like we don't know who killed him, but why arrest Michaela and Connor? Like how they just assume that Connor has this panic attack. It's just a lot. Like, and we really gotta wait till January, which I guess ain't too far. That's only 4 Thursdays from now. That's not too bad. We can sit and hypothesize together, people. But I don't know. I'm not quick to believe that Annalise is dead. I'm also not quick to believe when Wes is like walking in and the speaker is saying and we want to welcome someone who's known Annalise for a really long time. Wes ain't finna go up there and speak. Everybody think he dead. That would be too shocking. And plus like whoever is speaking is probably already on a dais. If you're gonna speak at a funeral, you're not just like walking from the back in a huge crowd thinking you're gonna part the sea. So, and I know I am a fan of these shows, so I I be not so quick to assume some stuff. Cause right, what if Annalise died in this crazy ass plane she owned? Huh? You ever thought about that? It's raining. And I hear the creepy sounds. Okay, because this video will go on for way too long. So right, where we're at is that we keep seeing these funerals of Annalise, and Michaela and Connor have been arrested for Asher's death. And then, remember, we've seen that flashback of Oliver coming into the police station and saying that he did it. So it's so interesting because it's the assumption that, like, right, Asher is dying from, like, post getting hit in his head by Oliver. Is, we won't know. We won't know until January. So we just gotta sit and figure it out. But like, for real, like How to Get Away with Murder, like definitely one of my top favorite shows. Sometimes I'll text with it, not really, because they also do the whole like flashback, flash forward, flash all around town thing. So you do want to be attentive, but also it's like one of those things where like I can like pause it if I want to. And okay, also a huge important part that I did not mention, like so much of This Is Us is like catharticism for me, which is like ridiculous, but which is interesting. I want to like talk about this more because so This Is Us like makes me cry, but it doesn't feel traumatic. But maybe it doesn't feel traumatic because it's literally not like gun violence and prostitution and drug addicts. I mean, William was one. That's like trauma, but like that's I don't know. It's interesting when I think about that because I proudly say I watch This Is Us to cry because I know it's gonna make me cry, but then I get upset when I see movies where like, you know, black people get shot by cops and shit. So that's interesting. I wonder what that's about. I want to think more about that because right, both crying is sad, seeing that is sad. Like what is the, I mean, I think I know it seems a bit nuanced, but that's interesting. Like, but that's a huge part of This Is Us. Like, and I've come up to, there's like a I think Melina Masukis called it a theme, like a love theme, but This Is Us has like a sentimental theme is what I call it. And when a theme is like, you know, like how shows have like a certain song that plays when you see a certain character. What's the show or what's the movie? If Bill Street Could Talk, they did it real well. Like there was like, there's a theme, there's a certain music that plays every time the couple is together. Every time someone's falling in love, there's a certain one. But there is a theme of sentiment, like I call it like a sentimental theme that happens on This Is Us, and about like it's always about 32 to 41 minutes. That's when it's about to pop up and like got me. Tears is rolling down my eyes. And I like it. Okay. Whew. Okay, finally, Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is a crazy, and like you already know, what's the name of this episode? They're out of control. They are out of control. The name of the episode is Let's All Go to the Bar. Grey's, I mean, and I guess this is what you allowed to do when you know, have had so many seasons and you are so critically acclaimed, because I love Grey's. Like, fun fact, so I graduated in May 2018, and right, I'm a writer, and of course, like, Grey's Anatomy is like a staple, so people will always talk about Grey's, and here I am, like, got no bite in this fight. I don't know about Grey's Anatomy, so I was like, okay, like, I just, like, but also, right, at that point, Grey's was already 14 seasons in, so I'm just like, okay, this is like a huge staple of the culture. I just graduated. I'ma just watch this shit. So I did. It took me, I think, like 3.5 months to watch all the first 14 seasons of Grey's. And I was just like after. And then I finally got current and I started watching on TV and like super up to date. So like I'm on this current season and it's just like, I know that Grey's be out of control, but y'all done had a motherfucking minivan come through the bar. And I think it's Miranda's car. I don't know why, but I just really feel like that's Bailey's car. I don't, it's just something to me is just telling me, because like, you know, she's like hurting and stuff right now. But also it like came through the top of the bar, like, what's up? Why? Also, I wonder how how Christina Yang feels about like these text messages that happen between Christina and Gray. I always wonder how she feel about that. I said Christina Yang, but I'm talking about Sandra Oh. You know, same people, but her not name. But right, cause what did you get? McWidow. He is cute. And then I saw him and I was like, who is this man? I was doing everything that I could do to figure it out, but that is Fiona's boo, who was into door restoration and had that cool house in Hyde Park. I was like, who is this man? He looks so familiar. Gray's like my type of petty. What did she say to Luca? I was gonna tell you, but you're too busy breaking up with me. Big old mood. Like, don't be asking about me after you done broke up with me, baby boy. You was scared, right? You was scared, right? Now go get the residence. Now go get the residence. Go get the residence. Oh, was that this episode? Did Joe steal the baby this episode? It had to be, because that's of course a cliffhanger. Because where the hell is Karev at? Where's Alex? He's visiting his mom. Very convenient for the sake of the storyline. But come on, but then I guess we don't know that either. Did Joe steal the baby or did she adopt that baby? That's very important to know. What else is going on? Oh, what's her name? Lincoln thought baby mama. What is her name? What is Derek's sister? Amelia. Amelia ass ain't pregnant. I'm battling. I mean, hopefully she is, because I think they had sex a few times before she assumed they were pregnant. But is the assumption that she's pregnant by motherfucking Owen ass? Because that's just too complicated, and him and Teddy just could they be great? Can they just live their life? Oh, and then what's Farasic, is that that nigga name? Talk about some I'll marry you right now. She seemed to have liked him. That's that hard thing of like meeting this person who, like, you know, is willing to like be there for you and love you. But the point is that like she was only interested in moving on because Owen ain't love her the way she wanted to be loved. So what does it mean when like the person who didn't love you the way you want to be loved want to start loving on you? She done broke that man's heart. But I don't, yeah, Bailey, you know, that's crazy. And I wonder how old Bailey is considered, and like that's kind of discouraging. Like, I hate the like term geriatric pregnancy. Like, I think that I don't really like that as a storyline, because I feel like older women can have kids, and like that's just kind of traumatic to like show this thing happening on TV to an older woman, a beloved older woman at that. But also I get that like that's also a thing that women are experiencing, so like that's beautiful. But I know I ain't really love that too much. And even she said, yeah, make sure you get your ultrasound. And this episode was intense, but I'm just really on some like, why did y'all have to have a minivan come through the roof of a bar? Of the bar, of our spot. Also, why did Ben be in the glasses? I know they don't call him that no more, but I can't remember what his name is. Like, that's so interesting. I mean, we found that out last episode, that he is the one who went to Bailey and was like, oh, I see that there's like the wrong, well, not even the wrong name. It was just like Meredith's daughter that he knows, like thinking this was like a huge mix-up. Like, no way that this should be on here. Like, Zola, I know that person, and that's what got them got. I wouldn't be mad at him. Like, I understand that that's a huge mistake, unless I don't know, because I remember around that time, I know that what is Gray's ex-boyfriend? What's his name? I can't even remember his name. Dang. But I know that he knew that she was like doing some fraud, but I don't think everyone else knew, so they can't be mad that he was like doing his job. Especially now that Gray's good, you know? Only 9 episodes that she was out the hospital. But I think that was like probably like the thing that really stuck out to me this season was like, I remember like when I was watching Grey's, my friend would always be like, oh, surprise, they at the hospital again, surprise, they at the hospital again. So it was interesting to see like this show, right, that is 100% like centered in the hospital, was like not inside of Grey Memorial Salon, whatever the fuck this new name is called. And that was just like super interesting to me. I was like, ah, look at that, switching it up a bit. All over the place. We're doing world service. We're at a new hospital. We're at a whole old hospital. We're at the apartment. We're at the house. We're all over the place this season. Well, yes. That was really fun. I'll probably do this again. I really love TV, y'all. That is our fall finale review of This Is Us. How to Win It. This Is Us. That was our fall finale review of This Is Us, How to Get Away with Murder, and Grey's Anatomy. Bye, y'all. I hope you all will be able to survive until the next episode comes out of our favorite TV shows. Hello, it's me from my living room. Behind me, you'll see some eucalyptus that I got from Trader Joe's for only $2.99, and I've had it since this summer, so that plant is mine. I've been keeping it alive. I'm out of control.